Good evening everyone, my name's Cliff and welcome back to my channel. This is Cliff's Dark Gems. And if you're new here, welcome for the first time. And tonight, we've got a book haul. Stay tuned. Okay everyone, so I haven't done a book haul in a long time, so it's going to be awesome. Some new books that I've purchased, mostly kind of horror, some vintage horror, and one or two surprises. But let's start off with Bentley Little Houses. Yeah, and I think it's more commonly known as a house. Here comes Layla. I hope you don't scratch and bite. But anyway, yeah, it's I think more commonly known as the house, and I don't know how rare this cover is. How rare this book is. If you know, let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, it's a haunted house story. I'm not always crazy about them. I have read some good ones, and I've been meaning to read Bentley Little. I have another of his books up here somewhere, but I think there's a book called I can't remember what it's called now, but I think some really popular ones. But let me tell you what this is about. A young man bumming around the West. An unemployed family man living off his wife's salary in Pennsylvania. A high school teacher in Iowa approaching retirement. A successful video distributor in New Mexico. A female business executive in California. None of these people have ever met. They have nothing in common, except that they have all started dreaming about frightening but tantalizingly blurred events that seem to have happened years before, in the dark and forbidding houses where they were born. And all of them have recently enduring terrifying experiences that they can neither explain nor forget. So yeah, that sounds very interesting. That is Bentley Little House. Okay, next up we got The Wolf's Hour by Robert McCammon, who might be overtaking Stephen King as my favourite author. The more I read by him, I absolutely adore him. And this is the book I've been wanting to read for a long time. I bought this second hand. If you look here, the edges, it's a little bit, but it's still readable. It's still in pretty good condition. If there are pages missing, I'm going to go crazy. I've had that before. But yeah, I love his cover, and I can't wait to read his book. And I think it's about a werewolf hunting Nazis. Let's find out. Here's Michael Gallatin, master spy, lover and werewolf, able to change shape with lightning speed, to kill silently or with savage, snarling fury. He proved his talents against Rommel in Africa. Now he faces his most delicate, dangerous mission, to unravel the secret Nazi plan known as Iron Fist. Okay, so yeah, basically this is a kind of one-man army. It's a werewolf battling Nazis. It sounds freaking insane and fun. And you know, I've got another couple of Robert McCammon books on the way, because I've fallen in love with the Matthew Corbett series, and I'm up to part 3. So I've ordered part 4 and part 5 as well. So yeah, that's The Wolf's Hour, Robert McCammon. Okay, next up I picked up Bloodlust, Conversations with Real Vampires. Look at this cover. Now this immediately tells me one of my pet peeves is that in his bookshop that I go to, they stick the sticker of the price front of the book. It annoys the hell out of me. And I actually got some really good advice from one of my viewers that you could use cooking oil and just get it off easily. But it's still annoying. Okay, so what's this book about? It sounds really interesting. It's real life vampires. People that are obsessed with drinking blood. So you got on screen, from Bela Lugosi to Gary Oldman, a Dracula myth that's fascinated millions. Some people though feel compelled to live out their dark fantasies and actually become vampires themselves. One woman believes that blood drinking cures her anemia and keeps her young. If she can't find a donor, she will even gnaw on her own arm. Another devotee, a man, compares the pleasure of blood drinking to orgasm. Not so sure about that. describing the taste as the best in the world. Fear of AIDS proves little deterrent, though one vampire interviewed here claims to abstain from one-night bites. One-night flings. Yeah. So this could be interesting. Apparently Carol Page did a research from all around the world finding people like this. So yeah, non-fiction, vampires, real vampires. Bloodlust. Okay, next up we got James Herbert, The Fog. Now, that's a book I read back in the 80s. Yeah, this is quite a modern cover, I believe. And yeah, it's very gory. And I've just recently read Rats and Lair, which I'm going to talk about on my channel. And yeah, this is apparently also very, very gory. Some nasty death scenes. It has come to destroy. It begins with a crack that rips the earth apart. Peaceful village life shattered. But the disaster is just the beginning. Out of the bottomless pit creeps a malevolent fog, spreading through the air. It leaves a deadly, horrifying trail, destined to devastate the lives of all of those it encounters. Yeah. And yeah, I wish I got this a bit earlier, because there's a book event, or a reading event on Discord with John from Disquiet and Dragons, and he's going through all the James Herbert books. That's also why I've just finished Lair. Yeah, looking forward to giving us a reread one day. The Fog. Another book I read back in the 80s, and I'm delighted to find another copy here. And that's I Am Legend, Richard Matheson. Hey, and I've even got a bookmark that comes with the book. Yay! Yeah, but the most clever and riveting vampire novel since Dracula. Dean Koontz. This is a fantastic read. A true classic. And let me just tell you very quickly. A sci-fi novel about vampires. Robert Neville is the last living man on Earth, but he is not alone. Every other man, woman and child on the planet has become a vampire, and they are hungry for Neville's blood. By day he is a hunter, stalking the undead through the ruins of civilization by night. He barricades himself in his home and prays for the dawn. How long can one man survive like this? Okay, yeah. It's going to be fun to give us a reread, nice and short. And yeah, the movie adaptation, I think there's a couple of them. I don't think anything really lived up to the novella, this book. So read I Am Legend, Richard Matheson. It's got one of the best endings ever. Blow your mind. Now the next one is going to come as a bit of a surprise, people. I'm not really that much into science fiction, but I love Dan Simmons, and he's written a lot of horror. So I picked up Iliam. Yeah, this is a big baby. Let me know if you've read this. There's some other of his science fiction I should start with. But this is basically, it takes a timeless subject matter and themes of Homer's Iliad and views them through the lens of science fiction. The result is an astonishing achievement of pure storytelling and speculative fiction. Yeah, that sounds really, really good. I don't know how to start with science fiction. Is a better way? Because I read a lot of like short science fiction, Richard Matheson, but I've never read anything like this. Let me know. That's Iliam. Okay, I'm excited about the next one, people. That's Best British Horror 2014. And you gotta love that cover. That is creepy as hell. It's scary as hell. And yeah, this has got some great authors. I'm starting to love anthologies. There's so many good short stories. And this has got Ramsey Campbell. Let me go to Kenneth Lee. Okay, I don't recommend too many. I don't recognize too many. Mark Morris, Adam Neville. Okay. So yeah, it's got some great authors in here. I don't really know anything about this series. I do know that this might have been the first time Johnny Maines, that he was editor of the series. Yeah, and I'm excited to get to this book. So it's Best British Horror 2014. Okay, next up I've got a very, very highly rated thriller, and that is Broken Monsters by Lauren Beukes. She's a countrywoman of mine, South African writer, lives in Cape Town. And yeah, I've also got The Shining Girls. I need to actually read her. What does it say here? Brilliantly disturbing thriller of the year. I think Stephen King has something to say about that. Scary as hell and hypnotic. Yeah. So she's never hunted a killer as deadly. Something strange is happening in Detroit. Hybrid bodies are turning up. Half animal, half human. For Detective Gabby, they are the work of a twisted monster who surpasses even Murder City's most brutal criminals. And he's only just begun. For failed artist Clayton Broome, they are his greatest work. Life destroyed his dreams, so now he's found new ones. The question is, can Gabby find them before the person she loves most is drawn into his nightmare? Yeah. Stephen King gives a thumbs up for this book. Maybe I should read it. Of course, trust Uncle Steve. Trust him. That is Broken Monsters. Okay, and finally picked up this book. It's got an awesome cover. Haunting Stories of Ghosts and Ghouls. Right? And that's by Jeffrey Palmer and Noel Lloyd. Now, the interesting thing about this, yeah, it's not a anthology. I think it's just them. It's just those two, and it's a whole bunch of stories. Now, I've read a review on BookTube. I didn't go into spoiler reviews because I want to read the book. And it said, one person said that this is perfect for YA and children. So that gets me a little bit worried about this book. Look at that cover. Is that a YA cover? Or for young children, middle age? Yeah, but still. Haunting Stories of Ghosts and Ghouls. If I feel like reading Ghosts and Ghouls, I'll dip into this book. Yeah. Okay everyone, so that's my little book haul for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, I'm quite interested in reading a lot of those stories. Let me know if you've read any of them. What I should prioritize, and tell me what you thought about that. And yeah, I just hope you're doing well out there. Let's take care of yourselves and keep those pages turning. Cheers.